Hey everyone. Yeah, you can see there's a post Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk vlog or post Santa Cruz mini vacation vlog. Yeah, me and my family went to Santa Cruz for about a day and a half. My second older sister wanted to do this for her son's upcoming ninth birthday, so she wanted to celebrate part of it there, which we did. Now, I'm not going to say that, we didn't have a good time and have fun. We did have a good time. Believe me, we had a tremendous time. But, I will take a lot of the blame, some of the blame here. It didn't help that, I was awake for most of the time the first day because I didn't get any sleep the night before. And it didn't help yesterday that I was kind of worried about, money and everything, even though I was told already by my mom that, hey, don't worry about it, I got it. I think it was just a collection of a lot of things. Like maybe, I was concerned about our animals, which thank God they're okay. Were okay for a day and a half. So things like that. I just think it was a lot of stuff, and you know, I did apologize, and for my actions, I shouldn't have done that, and so and I know I'm not the only one, but you know, the positive outweighs the negative, and the positive is altogether we had fun in our own unique ways. The first day we were there, we instead of going to our hotel in Outpost, which was the Best Western Sea Cliff Inn, great hotel, that one of the better Best Westerns out there. I definitely recommend that. We went to the boardwalk and we walked around. Kind of got separated for a little bit, which kind of made me worry about my mom because you know I thought we were going to stick together and everything. And they went into one entrance one way. We went, me, my second older sister, and her husband went another way. So we kind of got separated for a bit, but we were okay. We were fine. Thank God for that. But I shouldn't, but again, I shouldn't have acted the way I did, because I knew she was going to be okay. But you know how you are, you know how, kids are, especially for the parents. When the parents, have a lot on the mind, and sometimes, because one of the things I figured out with my mom is you need to give her a straight answer. You can't beat around the bush with her. You need to give her a straight answer because I've noticed that she will remember the straight answer you give her or the straight detail you give her instead of beating around the bush. So, anyway, like I said, we went to Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk and had a great time. Positive outweighs the negative. And one of the things that I got to have fun doing was going to the arcades. One of the first arcades I went to was the Neptune's Kingdom. Went in there, played a little skee ball and all that, had some fun, and then we went down a little bit on the boardwalk to the Casino Arcade. Yeah, it's called the Casino Arcade, and there's several videos here on YouTube. You can check that out that do walkthroughs and stuff. But when I went in there myself, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe there was so many arcade games here. But what really blew me away, folks, was the classic corner. The classic corner, which was basically almost like out of the 1980s, early 90s. They had all your classic, and even late 70s, if you will, late 70s, 80s, early 90s. They had all your classic arcade games. They had Frogger, they had Miss Pac-Man, they had Burger Time. They had Donkey Kong. They had Star Wars Arcade. I have a video of it. I'll show you down below. I'll show you that later. I'll upload that. But you guys got to check that out. But, I have a video. You can check it down below. But, again, you guys got to check that out. It's just, Classic Corner was just a tremendous place. And then they had another arcade very similar to it. As you were walking on the boardwalk, I didn't even notice this till yesterday, which was our last day. We walked by and there's another arcade area, smaller, but you could tell it's very reminiscent of what you had in the 80s and 90s just by looking from the outside in. Because one of the games I saw that they had there, arcade cabinet-wise, was Ninja Turtles in Time. So, just tremendous. So if you're a big game enthusiast, video game enthusiast, nostalgic or present, definitely check out Casino Arcade. Definitely check that out. And check out the other arcades that they have around there. you will not be disappointed, especially if you're someone like me that grew up in the 80s, in the 90s. You will not be disappointed with Classic Corner. And they even had some classic arcade cabinets outside of that too, like Gallagher and all that. And they even had more updated ones where you could actually win e-tickets onto your card like this. On your card like this, you can actually win e-tickets to add on there by playing different, more improved, updated things of Gallagher and Pac-Man. So that was really fun. In fact, I even got to play the arcade cabinet of Street Fighter 4. I had several people walking by, kind of stopping for a minute, checking out what I was doing, because I was using Blanca of all characters, get to win my matches, and I got all the way to Seth, who we all pretty much know if we played the game on PS3 or Xbox 360, we pretty much know is a pain in the freaking ass. Sorry for my language there, almost Lord. But we know it's a pain in the freaking ass. But I played that. Oh my gosh. And I will say this. The intro, you know how we have that video intro before Street Fighter 4 on the regular console, on the consoles? Very same, if not a little bit different intro for the arcade one. So, but just a tremendous, tremendous game. It was just, I just felt happy playing the arcade version. And then, like I said, they had Pac-Man and Gallagher where you could actually win e-tickets with them. So that was really nice. And they had machines to where when they even had machines that took your regular tickets, and when you fed your regular tickets in, I think after scanning this or something like that, those regular tickets would be converted into electronic tickets added onto your card. So I like that. I did like that. Just overall, just had a good time. Really good time. I really had fun. I really had fun playing that, and my family had fun too. They didn't go on any rides the first day. They went on rides yesterday, but just had a really, really fun time. Really did. And I think what it was. I think and I think what made it fun for us was we don't go to places like Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk that much. We really don't. A lot of people talk about it and how great it is, and it's a nice place. Don't get me wrong. It's a great place to have fun and everything. The beach is right there. It's just really a unique place to go. Um, but again, like I said, I recommend checking out Neptune's Kingdom, Casino Arcade, and any arcade place you can find there on that boardwalk. They are really, really fun, and you can actually use this to play the arcade games instead of coins. So they even had a Sonic Dash arcade cabinet. Can you believe that? However, it was under repairs, and they had another one too. I can't think of the name. It's very well known. Can't think of its name right now. That had to be repaired. It had to be repaired, and oh, if you're an Angry Birds fan, they had an Angry Birds arcade cabinet to where they had an actual slingshot that you pull back and use as your control stick, which is really cool. So overall, not too bad. They even had, those grab machines with the crane, where you pull it down, you grab something. They had one which was called Animal Something. It had nothing but MLPFIM plushies in there. And I was considering it, but being with my family, I didn't want to chance it, even though I think they do know. I didn't want to chance it. But anyway, we had fun. They did go walk on the beach. My second oldest sister and her son and husband, and my older sister's husband and their son. They walked on the beach and everything. So they had fun doing that. And then we went back to hotels. The plan for us actually that first day was go to the hotels, eat, and then maybe go back. We didn't do that. We just went to the hotels, We went to the Sea Cliff Inn, showered, got changed, whatever, and then went and ate at the restaurant connected to the hotel, the Civarieros. And the food, oh my gosh, is so good because it's fresh off the coast, especially if you want seafood. I got the applewood prawns with fries and really good. Salad was good. I will say that. And I had a few beers. One of the things that they give you when you check in and you sign up for the rewards, and I had to be reminded of this by my sisters. They give you two vouchers for $5 off alcoholic beverages. So I ended up getting two. I mean, first I got one, and then they told me to get a second one. So I ended up getting another one because they didn't know at the time it was just for alcoholic beverages. So I ended up having a few beers, and then I ended up having a Sky Blueberry Cocktail, which was actually Sky Vodka with a blueberry lemonade mixture. So it was really good, really sweet. Got a little buzzed and all that, so I'm not going to deny that. Had like maybe two more beers. So I'd say in total I had, along with the beer I had at the boardwalk, I had about 5 beers yesterday along with the vodka. So I had the other day I should say. So I kind of was okay with that. And honestly, it's all because I was running on fumes. Yeah, I didn't get any sleep the night before, and I was running on fumes. It's hard to believe. I think it's because I slept in most of the day the other day. But like I said, the positive outweighing the negatives, we all had fun. So the next day, yesterday, we ended up going back to the boardwalk. We checked out our hotels, went back to the boardwalk. And I think what was bothering me a little bit was the money issue, like I said. But I should have listened to my mom, and I apologize for my action, and I asked God for forgiveness. God, please forgive me for that, for the way I acted yesterday. Please, God, forgive me for the way I acted. But I think it was just a lot of that, and I think mostly the way I looked at it is we were kind of getting rushed. I think what it was is that we felt like it was being. I mean, it felt like we weren't being rushed, but we were kind of being rushed. That's what it felt like. We were racing against time because originally our plan was to get out of there before 10, get back to the boardwalk by 10:30, have enough time, at least 4 hours, maybe 4.5, to go around, do the rides, have fun. And I think more so it was a race against the clock is what it was. So that's what it felt like to me. Because the way I look at it is like we planned to do this, which we did, but what we didn't plan on was being prepared and organized of how we were going to do it, how we were going to space things out, how we were going to thoroughly enjoy stuff. And I think that's what it was. So overall, though, the positive outweighing the negatives, we had a good time. We really did. And what was unique about this trip was, even though me and my mom were picked up by my older sister and her husband, my mom went with my second older sister and her husband and their son, who was celebrating part of his birthday, which was the reason we went. And I rode my older sister. And on the way there, they followed us on the way there because of GPS. Well, we both had They both had GPS on the smartphones, so we followed each other to the boardwalk, made a few pit stops here and there. But we followed ourselves, but they followed us, and we kind of like followed each other to the boardwalk to Santa Cruz. And then on the way back, they followed us for a little bit because their GPS on their smartphone, I guess, wasn't working. And then when it finally did, they went in one lane and just went shoo this way. My older sister and her husband took me and their son another direction that they felt maybe be shorter or something like that. I don't know. According to my older sister, it was to feel adventurous. So we went through the Redwood Mountains route to get to the Highway 152 or something like that to get there. Basically, what it was it took us 5 minutes longer to get back home, but we did. But overall, just the overall positive. It was a nice time. I mean, yeah. So again, I think the negative was yesterday we were kind of rushed for time. That's what it felt like. Even though it didn't feel like it at sometimes, at most times it did. Because I think what it was with my brother-in-law, my second older sister's husband, wanted to beat the traffic, and my mom can completely understand that. I can understand. Hey, you want to beat the traffic. You don't want to get stuck for like 45 minutes more or anything like that. He wanted to just beat the traffic. So overall, but some negatives that I've mentioned, the positives just outweigh them in a big, big way. And like I said, if you go to Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, even though it's 15 minutes without traffic to get to Outpost and get to the Best Western Sea Cliff Inn, check in there. They are great customer, great service, complimentary breakfast between 6:30 and 9:30, and I think even later on the weekends. But just great, great customer service, and the restaurant connect to it. Great customer service there. Great food, fresh off the coast. Just tremendous. Just really, really tremendous. So that's really all I'm gonna say on this. I mean, we like I said, we got home. The only thing that kind of surprised us when we got back was there was a fire, obviously, that happened between Casa Road and Mays Boulevard around near Modesto. So that was the only thing that was making us wonder what was going on when we got back into the area, because we saw the smoke and we wondered what the heck is going on. So because you could smell it really strong when we came back. But overall, though, just positive outweighing the negatives. We had a good time, and that's all that matters. I know some of my friends here that on YouTube that live in California have been to Santa Cruz. I'm sure Jaime Tude has, so I'd like to hear what his experience was there if he's ever been there. But overall, just a tremendous time. And I will say this camera here really gets good pictures really up close, because my one thing I will say is when we were on the boardwalk, yet 2 days ago, when they went to the beach, walked around the beach, my second oldest sister and her husband and their son, and my older sister's husband and his son, they were walking around the beach. This When I zoom in, it's like I could be on the boardwalk, zoom right in, real close, like I'm actually right there. And then yesterday, my sisters with the kids went on the air gliders, those little scenic gliders that you just ride on and you're looking down, maybe get some good aerial pictures. I zoomed in on my second oldest sister and her son, and it felt like I was right there with them. Felt really good. I mean, every time I would show them my mom the pictures or them the pictures, they're like, "How in the world did you get that?" So overall, just like I said, just a great, just a good time. Enjoyed a few bumps here and there, but overall, a decently good time. And that's all I'm going to say. And I think the next time we go, when we plan to go next time, hopefully we'll be, with the grace of God, hopefully we'll be more prepared and organized on what to do, how to do it, and how to stretch it out so that we can enjoy ourselves and not feel, rushed or overwhelmed or anything. So that's all I'm going to say, folks. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you've ever been to a place like Santa Cruz. And if you go to a boardwalk, whether it's Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk or Atlantic City Boardwalk, make sure they have a casino arcade around there, because if they have something like a classic corner in that arcade, definitely go for it. But that's all I'm going to say, folks. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you for listening, and God bless. Take care, and I'm out.